Ladies and gentlemen, the video you're about to watch is the single most valuable video sales letter training on the internet in 2025. I'm going to cover everything you need to know about creating an effective video sales letter, including the hook, how to persuade your prospects, and how to present your offer in a way that truly positions it as the only solution in the market. If you implement your video sales letter in the way I'm about to show you, you're going to have higher booking rates, higher show rates, higher close rates. You're even going to be able to increase your prices as you've effectively communicated the value of your product or service in your video. This video sales letter formula is going to take your prospects from cold leads who have no idea who you are into hot, ready to buy leads before even hopping on a sales call. This is the exact same formula that top dogs in the industry are using to generate millions of dollars in revenue per month. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So before we do get into the framework itself, I'm going to first explain the purpose of a video sales letter, right? So I'm going to draw out this line. This is your sales page for sake. This is where your prospects are going to pay you money. This is where your prospects are going to go into your funnel, and they're going to be coming from an ad, right? They're going to be coming from an ad, YouTube video, does not matter. The job of a video sales letter basically is just to take these cold leads from your ads and turn them into ready to buy leads. So by the time they hop on your sales call, they are ready to buy your product and they're going to generate much more money. I'm going to draw it out here. Sales call, and you have your VSL here. So this is a VSL that will basically persuade, build desire, communicate your offer really well, handle all objections. And the best part about this is that you just have to create this video one time and you can use it in all of your marketing materials. You can use it to send to your prospects in emails after they book. You can use it on your sales page. You can use it anywhere you want to qualify your prospects in any single marketing channel. That's the best part about this. So now we are going to jump into the first section of an effective video sales letter. And that first part of the first section is going to be the hook. If you don't get this part right, every single other part of this video sales letter is going to flop. Okay, so now let me walk you through the first section of a powerful video sales letter. This is where we're going to spark a burning desire in our prospects' minds to solve their current issue, right? You're going to use some proven techniques to create open loops in your prospects to build intrigue into a solution. Your main goal here is to build intense curiosity so your prospects have to keep watching your video. So the first section of this is our hook. There's two things our hook needs to do. It needs to call out our ideal prospect directly, catch their attention by calling them out on their biggest pain point and the exact problem that your product solves. Your prospects need to realize the issue with their current state, and you need to build intrigue into a solution. Your goal should be to build and justify so much pain that they will be willing to pay thousands of dollars to fix it, which is what you want anyway. So the first step of this is to identify the biggest problem. By doing this, you're speaking to exactly the type of people that you want on your sales calls in the first place, right? You're going to want the people that are actually getting on your calls for pain they want to solve and they're willing to pay a lot of money to fix. If you're a coach, consultant, and agency owner who is struggling to convert their traffic into book calls, then pay close attention. Let me just change this. I can be more specific with this. Into book calls, then pay close attention. Right, so what have I done here? I've called out my exact ideal audience, which is who I provide my service for. I've also called out their biggest pain point, and I built curiosity into what's going to happen next by saying pay close attention. So now that we've done our hook, we are going to move on to our offer and transformation. This is where you're going to spark even more curiosity in your prospects by giving them the absolute biggest benefit that your product provides, right? You're going to make a really bold claim that has them extremely intrigued to how to do it, right? You want to make something that is so out of this world that they really want to know how to do this. And we're going to do this by simply stating here exactly what we do, right? The exact benefit that you provide. You want to tell your prospects your offer summed up in a most simple way you can put it. You don't want to blabber on for ages. You want to tell them simply in a bold way exactly what you do to have them really thinking, right? You can expand later. That is the whole point of keeping this attention curve like hooked, right? To build curiosity, you just simply making a statement, right? I do this, and I'm going to show you how later. That's going to keep them hooked, right? Referring back to Alex Hormozi's book, $100 million offers, here's how you want to structure your offer, right? You want to give them a dream outcome, which is generate 50 qualified leads in a single month, this is the time delay. You want to reduce the time delay. And you also want to perceive likelihood of achievement and sacrifice. Zero extra ad spend, that is the sacrifice, minimal, and guaranteed perceived likelihood of achievement has been boosted. In this entire video sales letter, you want to be pulling these levers throughout the whole process because that is how you really position your offer as something that is truly more valuable than everything else in the market, right? And this whole formula is strategically based at pulling every single one of these levers in this formula. And I'm going to walk you through how to do that. We've stated our offer and transformation statement. We're going to move on to the last part of the qualify and intrigue section. This is the most important part in building that emotional intrigue to move on to the next section of this video sales letter, which is going to be justifying this emotion with logic. This is the point where you need to really build this emotional connection and speak exactly to your prospects so they trust you. They think that you understand their current situation and their exact desires. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect with our prospects by calling them out and restating exactly what they want. This is going to make them believe that you know exactly where they are and you have the solution to their problems. After that, we're going to list out the major pain points that your product solves and the biggest pains in your ideal customer. You want to call out your exact prospects again, and you want to connect with your prospects by calling them out and restating exactly what they want, their exact desires. This is going to allow them to relate to you and make them feel like you really understand their current situation. This is going to build immense trust. They're going to really believe that you have a solution to their problems. Then you're going to list out the major pain points that your product solves and the biggest pains in your ideal customer. This is going to qualify your prospects further. Then you're going to agitate this pain and make them really feel how painful their current situation is to really build intrigue into this next section where we're going to explain how to fix their problems. You really want to build this emotional intrigue. That's the most important part. So let me give you an example of how I've done this. If you're a coach, consultant, or an agency owner who wants to stop wasting ad spend on bad quality traffic, a funnel that continuously converts leads into long-term clients, then listen close, because I'm about to tell you exactly why you're dealing with rising ad costs, still struggling to see return on ad spend, your funnel is struggling to convert, you have an inconsistent flow of leads, you have low show-up rates, close rates, and booked calls. Let's have a look. What have I done here? I've called out the exact target market again. I've told them exactly what they want, so I've connected with them, list out what they're currently experiencing, why this is leading to so much pain, which is really going to make them feel that burning desire to fix it, right? That's what we want to achieve. Okay, so now that we built this emotional intrigue with our opening, we're going to justify this emotion with logic. In this section, we're going to make your prospects truly believe that only you can solve their problem, giving your offer infinite value. We need to justify the emotional intrigue you've built, the curiosity, with actual logic to make them believe that it's truly possible for them. We're going to do this by breaking their current beliefs about their current situation and solutions. We're going to overcome any objections. Then we're going to really make them believe that it is possible by giving them the social proof and transformations that you have provided for other people just like them, so they really believe that you can solve their problem. Then we're going to introduce our unique mechanism that overcomes this problem that you have introduced in the first section. We need to push the belief that your offer is unlike anything they have seen before, further increasing that perceived likelihood of achievement, like we talked about earlier. The first step is to break current beliefs and overcome any objections that your prospects may have. What all marketing is really about is just changing people's current beliefs into the beliefs required to buy your product or service, bit by bit. You must change their beliefs about why they are in the current situation they are at and the likelihood of achievement of a solution. You're going to explain why the things they are trying now is leading to problems by providing a unique but logical reason. This is going to position you as a worthy advisor and is going to give them the belief that it is actually possible for them this time. This logical reason is going to be the problem that you're going to position your entire offer around later, which I'm going to tell you exactly how to do. This will insanely increase your show-up rates, and your customers are going to be willing to pay way more for whatever you're offering because they truly believe that only you can solve their problem, giving your offer truly infinite value. Let me give you an example of how this works, right? So this is my example of how to implement this. Most coaches and service providers pay for the same cold, horrible quality traffic as everybody else. These leads lack interest in their product. They pour their money into ads or pump out content only to get unqualified or price-sensitive leads, people ghosting after booking calls, low show-up, and close rates. However, they fail to realize that in order for people to work with them, they must have trust. The issue is you don't have a funnel designed to attract high-intent leads, build trust and rapport fast, and pre-sell your value before the call or checkout. Okay, so let me explain to you what I've done here. I've called out exactly what they're doing currently, which is pumping money into ads and pumping content out, which is what most people are currently trying. I've explained what that is leading to, as in pain points. I've also told them why this issue is, which is a lack of trust, a lack of high intent traffic. And then I've told them that the desired outcome that will happen if they do eventually overcome this problem. At this point, your prospect knows that you fix exactly their pain point, you provide exactly what they want, and now you've also given them a reason as to why what they have tried so far has not worked. Now they really have no choice but to keep watching as they genuinely think that your product is something brand new on the market. The truth is, at this point, your prospect really wants to believe you, but they're still going to think that you're lying and they're going to be very skeptical. They're going to think that this is too good to be true. Now it's the perfect time to come in with social proof to really boost that perceived likelihood of achievement. We're going to show them transformations of people you have worked with that are very similar to your target market, right? Let's look at my example. Take Andre M, for example, an online business coach who spent $10,000 on ads without landing a single client. However, after working with us, he's now bringing in $30,000 a month with a calendar packed full of qualified leads, all by doing what he loves. Well, if you want to make your offer extremely credible and if it is possible for you, you can include associations. This is much more powerful. This is probably one of the most powerful forms of social proof you can have. If you have a portfolio of working with really well-known people in your industry that your audience resonates with, then it's very important you include associations. So you should definitely be including these in your social proof every single time. So now your prospects are going to be really intrigued in your solution, right? You've given them proof that it works. You've given them the credibility required to believe in it. You've told them that nothing else works. This is the only thing that works. You positioned your offer as the only solution. Now this is when you come in with your perfect solution. This is the main part of the VSL, right? Let's get straight to it. You're going to introduce your solution as a secret method to overcoming their problem. You're going to explain exactly what it is that you provide, but you're not going to tell them how. This is going to leave that intrigue to make them book the call to find out how. What they're buying, what they're going to be paying for is the how. You're just telling them the what to build that curiosity, right? Then you're going to build a desire by painting a clear image of the benefits they will get by using the mechanism. Make them imagine using your product. Then you want to create steps within the mechanism and give them names related to your industry. I'm going to show you how to do this in just a second. And then you're going to provide social proof at each step of how someone used the sub-mechanism, so it doesn't just sound like you're making up random names. You're going to give backed up evidence of how this works and why it works. So I'm going to give you an example of how I've done this, and then you can just follow along, and I'll tell you how I applied each of these steps into my own script. The secret is the magnetic funnel method, a system that turns cold traffic into qualified and ready to buy leads without increasing ad spend, by educating, building trust, and converting with intent. This system will allow you to build a predictable flow of qualified leads who are pre-sold before sales calls. Imagine opening your calendar on Monday and seeing it already booked out with calls from people who know who you are, what you offer, and are halfway sold before they ever speak to you. No more convincing, no more time wasters, just real buyers who are educated, excited, and ready to move forward. You're not chasing leads anymore, they're chasing you. You're going to generate more book calls from your existing traffic, meaning you don't have to touch your ad budget at all, but still double your book calls. You're already getting traffic. Now it's just about turning more of it into actual conversations with high intent prospects. You'll stop bleeding opportunity and start maximizing the value of every click, view, and visitor. Same audience, more bookings, higher return on ad spend. You will be able to raise your prices confidently because of an increase in demand and perceived value of your offer. When your funnel positions you as the expert, people stop questioning your prices. They start asking how soon they can work with you. Higher demand, more authority, and the freedom to say no to bad fit clients. A scalable system that lets them sell without doing more sales calls. Picture a system that works 24/7, warming up leads, overcoming objections, and selling for you. Even while you sleep. No more back-to-back Zoom calls, no more chasing people in the DMs, just a streamlined funnel that brings clients onto autopilot. So let me show you what I've done here. I've given my mechanism a name. The secret is the magnetic funnel method. This gives off the impression that it's something with no competition at all, something brand new in the market that overcomes the exact problem that's leading to everything else they've tried to fail, right? It positions us as the only solution. This is the problem, right? And I mentioned earlier, trust. Look at this, trust. That is the problem that is leading to everything else that they have tried so far failing. And then I've also painted a clear image of the benefits they will achieve by implementing the mechanism, giving them a really strong desire and a really strong belief that it's going to work for them. And now I'm going to move on to the steps of creating the steps within the mechanism and give names related to the industry. So you can achieve this in just 3 simple steps. First, we have our YouTube magnet strategy. This system builds a consistent flow of high quality prime to buy leads using YouTube content. These leads come to you already warmed up, already trusting your expertise, and already seeing you as the go-to in your space. That means higher conversions at every step of your funnel, more booked calls, more sales, and less time convincing people you're legit. Instead of throwing money at Facebook ads that bring in cold, unqualified leads who barely know who you are. Take Nathaniel, a consultant who stopped posting for likes and started creating high converting content using our YouTube magnet strategy. That shift made him $50,000 fast. Their videos looked nice, their YouTube was clean, but nothing converted. Once they applied the framework, our authority angles, our story hooks, our value stacking, everything changed. The content became mini sales machines that pushed people into their funnel ready to buy. Next step is our conversion-driven video sales letter. This conversion machine uses strategically written video sales letters and sales pages to turn attention into action, converting your YouTube traffic from our YouTube magnet into pre-qualified, high-intent leads who are easier to close and already see the value in what you offer. The best part? You're not spending a single cent more on ads. You're simply sending your existing organic traffic through a message that's engineered to convert. That's why the return on investment is ridiculous. You're turning free attention into paid clients without increasing your budget, outreach, or time on sales calls. Take John, a fitness coach who replaced the old landing page with our conversion-driven video sales letter and made $30,000 in just 30 days. He went from relying on written sales pages and sales calls. In 30 days, they cleared $30,000 and they even cut their call volume in half. Next, we have an evergreen retargeting engine, an automated email sequence and smart retargeting system that nurtures, builds trust, and closes sales, even from the leads who didn't convert right away. This is where long-term leverage kicks in. These aren't generic follow-ups. They're strategically written to reignite interest, overcome objections, and re-engage leads who slipped through the funnel. Combined with targeted retargeting ads, your brand stays at the top of mind, making it nearly impossible for prospects to forget about you. You get maximum coverage, so even the leads you lost are still in play, warming up quietly until they're ready to buy. Take Elena, a life coach who pulled in $15,000 in new sales from leads that were previously ghosting her. Her old funnel got traffic, but nobody followed up. After adding her evergreen email and retargeting strategy, she closed $15,000 in just sales from dead leads. If your customers have made it this far into your video sales letter, they're definitely going to be thinking about buying, right? So you better make sure that you overcome this last bit of resistance by making all the other decisions they could make right now, apart from buying your offer, sound unreasonable and just stupid. And we're going to do this by telling them how much they would absolutely struggle if they tried to figure out the solution themselves. We're going to tell them how they will stay exactly where they are and the pains will get worse and worse, or they can work with you and receive everything you offer. And that's where we're going to move into our value stack, communicating the value of our offer and shitting on alternatives and our call to action, which is going to be the end of the video sales letter. This last bit of the video sales letter is really just focused on providing that urgency and that scarcity and really positioning you as something that they need to have, something that if they don't have, they're going to suffer. They absolutely must have your offer. And that's what's going to lead them to booking those calls, buying your service, hopping on sales calls, ready to buy, overcome that last bit of resistance and really create that powerful desire to buy your product. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So this is my example. So now you have these options. You can choose to try and figure this out, the solution yourself. You will keep grinding, wasting months creating content that doesn't generate revenue, and your dream clients will keep buying from someone who just explained it better. Or you can work with us and receive. And now we're going to move on to our value stack. This value stack is where we're going to absolutely blow away our prospects with the amount of value we provide. This is what's going to make the offer so irresistible that they'll be showing up to your sales calls ready to hand you all of their money. Okay, so I'm going to give you my example of an effective value stack. So this is leading on straight from your options section. So you can say, or you can work with us and receive a done with you content strategy that drives high intent leads. No more guessing what to post. We will build you a full YouTube to funnel content plan designed to attract your dream clients. What you will get is a strategic content map tailored to your offer. You get topic plus title selection to pre-frame buying beliefs, and you'll also get hooks and angles that build authority and trust fast. You'll also get access to our exact sales copy framework that converts cold traffic into buyers. We'll plug your offer into our proven psychology-backed funnel copy system, and you'll walk away with messaging that builds belief and moves people to buy without feeling salesy. You'll also get a magnetic landing page copy for your VSL funnel, pre-written email sequences to nurture and convert, and also high converting call to action formulas and scripts. You also get access to our in-house editing team. Our editors will take your raw video and turn it into scroll-stopping content that drives action. You also get video edits for your YouTube and short-form content. You get branded templates, captions, and motion graphics, and these will also be ready to publish every single week. Then you want to build urgency with your bonuses, right? So you want to say, and for the next 10 people that work with us, you will also get access to our private online selling community. You get the opportunity to network with multi-million-dollar CEOs. You also get access to learning modules on every single aspect of running an online business, including copywriting, content creation, and sales mastery. You also get weekly funnel optimization plus strategy support. We will work with you to refine, test, and optimize based on real data, so your funnel keeps improving every single month. What you will get is one-on-one strategy calls and messaging audits. You also get performance tracking insights, real-time copy, content, and funnel feedback. So look at what I've done here. I've told them every single feature of my products separately, like extrapolated out the steps to make my offer seem as valuable as possible. That's what you want to do. You want to take each step of your offer and put it as its own product or service. That is going to make the value of your offer seem so much more valuable than it actually is. Then you're also going to build urgency with your bonuses, right? You're going to say for the next 10 people that work with us, this is going to give them that final bit of urgency and scarcity before your call to action, which is what's going to come next. So in this last part, we're really just going to be convincing them to book a call with you fast. So you're going to restate your offer with a strong guarantee, and then you're going to provide social proof again, and you're going to position your call as something valuable, and you're going to give them a clear call to action explaining the next steps in detail. I'm going to give you an example of how to do this. By working with us, you will generate an additional 50 qualified leads in a single month with zero extra ad spend. And if you don't, we will send you $1,000 back plus a refund and work for you for free until you do. Now, I would like to invite you to book a call with us. The same call that our clients making millions booked. On this call, we'll break down exactly why your current funnel isn't converting like it should. We'll show you where your messaging is leaking leads, map out a custom game plan to start attracting high intent, ready to buy leads from YouTube, and we'll walk you through the exact system we've used to help coaches and consultants go from inconsistent leads to $10,000 to $50,000 months with clarity and confidence. Even if we don't end up working together, you'll walk away with real clarity and an action plan you can use to fix your funnel today. Simply just click the book a call button below this video and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. See what we did here, right? We restated our offer. We gave them a guarantee to really minimize that last bit of risk. This is a really strong guarantee, but you want to be having these bold claims if you're truly confident in your product or service. Then you want to provide social proof. You can be much more detailed than this. You can provide a full transformation, a full list. I've seen people provide 2 minutes of social proof at this point, but I just said the same call that our clients making millions booked. That should be enough at this point. Then you want to position your call as something valuable. So on this call, we'll break down exactly why your current funnel isn't converting. I'm going into detail about the next steps so they don't feel skeptical. I'm being 100% transparent with my prospects about what they're going to get next, reducing any resistance. This final bit of resistance is what I'm getting rid of. I'm giving them clear instructions on what to do to move on to the next step. I'm saying simply just click the book a call button below this video and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Okay, so now we have just learned all the ingredients that go into making a video sales letter that will convert your traffic into qualified leads before hopping on a single sales call. Just look at every single step we've taken here and think about how much more effective this is than just getting cold traffic top straight on the sales call with you, right? This whole process has just completely turned your cold traffic into ready to buy hot leads. And you haven't even said a single word to them. And if you want this entire document in way more detail and with real examples of video sales letters from the top people in the industry broken down in this formula with a checklist that you can use to make sure that your video sales letters are conversion machines, then click the link in my description and you'll be able to download all of this for free.